So in our lesson today, we are going to explore how subtraction and division are related. How to relate subtraction and division. In your vocabulary, you learned that division is repeated subtraction, which means you subtract the same number until you reach 0. So I want to show you what that looks like and show you how it shows division. If you did the interactive lesson, you'll have seen this happening already as well, but one more time is always a good idea. So here we go. Let's see if this makes it better. A little bit. First, I'm going to start by reading my question. And reading the question one time through, make sure that I understand all the words. And then the second time through, I can start looking for the important information. So let's make sure we understand it, and then we can look for the important information. Here we go. That's better. Here we go. It says Serena and Mandy brought a total of 12 newspapers to school for the recycling program. Each girl brought in one newspaper each day. For how many days did the girls bring in newspapers? All right, I understood all the words. So now let's read again for the important information. Serena and Mandy brought in a total of 12 newspapers. That word total lets me know that this is my dividend. This is the big number, okay? To school for the recycling program. Each girl brought in one newspaper each day. So each girl, how many girls do I have? I have Serena and Mandy. That means I have 2 girls, right? 12 newspapers, 2 girls. Each girl brought in one newspaper each day. How many days did the girls bring in newspaper? So I'm looking for how many days. This is what the question is asking me to find. All right, so I have my dividend and I have my divisor. Now I need to figure out how many days they brought them in. So I can start with 12. 12 is my big number. That's our total. I'm not going to get any more than that. So I have 12 to begin, okay? And then I know each girl brought in a paper each day, so that's 2 papers every day. So to use repeated subtraction, you're going to subtract the same number over and over and over until you reach 0. So I'm going to start with 12, and then I'm going to subtract 2 until I reach 0. So let's start here. 12 minus 2 is 10. Then I'm going to bring this bottom number up. I'm going to say, okay, 10 minus 2 is 8. I bring my bottom number up. 8 minus 2 is 6. Bring that bottom number up. 6 minus 2 is 4. Bottom number up. 4 minus 2 is 2. Bottom number up. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, so I repeatedly subtracted the same number until I reached 0. That is repeated subtraction. Count the number of times you subtracted 2. All right, so this was the first time, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I subtracted 2 6 times. So that means, since you subtracted 2 6 times, there are 6 groups of 2 in 12. So Serena and Mandy brought in newspapers for 6 days. So repeated subtraction can help us divide. I find it easier to use this with smaller numbers. So anything, 20 or below, depending on what your divisor is. Because you could end up subtracting a whole lot of times if you're using really big numbers. So repeated subtraction is a great strategy to use when you're doing small numbers. So in the end, we know that 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Okay? We could write it this way, or we could write it this way. Let me show you how to read this one. On this one, you're going to write your dividend, which is 12, divided by your divisor, which is 2. Quotient is 6. That's your answer. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Okay? 12 divided by 2 equals 6. That's what we learned. And this is how we do repeated subtraction. On the next slide, you'll see one more way that you can do division, or one more strategy that you can use.